When this is all over, you'll say I should have given you time. And I'll ask how. When emotions have been filling my brain like they could burst my mind. The best moments never came. These were the worst of times because you all forgot we always had all that you searched to find. So darkness murked my shine and I felt it tear at my soul. This weight's too heavy, I can't carry this load. Swear in the cold and your hearts must have turned you blind. Cause you're all in denial of your demons while I flirt with mine. So I've been stuck. Like I was in a tunnel where I could barely see the light at the end. The way out narrows every time you somehow lie to your friends. Betrayals opened up the wounds that I was fighting to mend. But then indecision of mine, paired with actions always lacking a clear vision in mind, has had me live in a lie. So you know what? I'm sorry. I should have given you time.
Hey everyone, it's Benjamin Zaemisch, founder of Move, Learn, Create and the creator of the Manic Serenity, and welcome to the Full Moon Sessions. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 1, The Gift of Time, and this series is going to be so many things, but for starters, it's my creative outlet. It's my way to just share things, pure feelings and pure poetry, and try to capture the different elements of the human experience that are really outside of the limits of language, outside of the frameworks, beyond the intellect. How do we communicate a pure feeling? And I'll add a lot more to this as we go. We'll talk more about really what it is that we're doing, the creation side of this whole journey. But I've been thinking a lot about why I chose this piece to start with. It was never really a question in my mind. I always knew when I started this that this would be the first piece, and it's strange because there are so many things that I've written recently or things that are immediately relevant to what's happening now in my journey, in my life, and this piece is actually the oldest one I think that I've held on to. I believe I wrote this in 2012, 2013. I was still homeless at the time. This was a long time ago in a very hard, very dark part of my journey, and I've been a little troubled about why I was holding on to it, and I wanted to be very clear with myself so I could be very clear with you about why I was choosing to share something from that time in my life. And I think what it comes down to is that this was a time when the longing that has driven me on, the fire in my spirit that has led me to the place I'm at now, it was so alive in me then, even though on the outside my life was in shambles, even though I was broken, and even though I was causing a lot of pain in the lives of those around me, definitely doing damage in the lives of those who chose to involve themselves in my journey. And so I feel like by putting this out and letting this go it's kind of my way of letting go of that pain or letting go of that guilt and the shame that I feel, and that I'm sure, even though I work on myself and I work and strive to get rid of those things that no longer serve me, I know there's little pieces of that left, and I know that there are certain individuals that this piece, when I wrote it, that this was connected to, and I think this is my way of just laying that all down, letting that all go, forgiving myself for those things that I did, forgiving myself for the pain that I caused, letting go of any shame, of any guilt, any of those things that don't serve me. And I think that's something that so many of us need to do in relationship to our past. And in order to truly move forward, in order to really be able to open up new doors for possibilities to enter our life, and then to empower ourselves to walk through those doors of opportunity when they do present themselves, we have to do a lot of this, a lot of letting go, a lot of forgiving ourselves, a lot of digging in deep to the places where we don't really want to look, so that we can clearly see what it is that does serve us and doesn't serve us. And this brings me to the other side of the whole mission here about letting go and forgiving the past. And it's that so often, I think, and definitely in my life, if there was a dark period or there was a painful period, something that I need to let go, it's very hard to reconcile the feeling that, there was some beauty in it. Yes, it was awful. Yes, we suffered. Yes, we hurt others and we caused suffering in the journeys of others. But there were moments of beauty. Were moments of richness. There were times when the pain became poetry. And I don't want us to feel like in order to let the past go, we have to discard the beauty, that we have to throw out what is it, throw out the baby with the bathwater. It's that sort of thing. It's so much easier when dealing with the past. It's so much easier to just shut the door on it completely and not look at the beauty that was there. It really takes work. You really have to go in and cultivate the awareness within yourself to be able to hold on to that beauty and at the same time forgive yourself for the pain. Let go of the shame, let go of the guilt. So that's what this was for me. I thank all of you for being a part of it. Usually these videos are going to come out on the full moon day, 1 or 2. This is in the middle of the month because I'm just getting going with the launch. I'm going to release one more of these just after this, which I feel is kind of the completion to this piece. This captures this moment where the struggle was so real, the knowledge of what was within myself was so real, yet I couldn't get my life together. So it comes out with so much angst and so much urgency and really so much discomfort. And the next piece really kind of bridges the gap between that time and then the time that I'm moving into now, or that I have fully moved into now, that I'm more excited about sharing with you. So thank you so much for joining me with this. Share this with anyone if it resonated with you, if you felt something, anything. The main goal of these sessions is just to go beyond the intellect, go outside of the frameworks, set aside the logic in our rational mind that dictates the entirety really of our experience, especially in the world now, and just to allow ourselves to feel something and to feel it at a depth that will kind of awaken us to the true possibility, awaken us to the magnitude of what this human experience is all about. So please share this with anyone and everyone. If it resonated with you, make sure you subscribe, hit like, all those things that matter in this strange world. And most importantly, go over to www.themanicserenity.com. I have so many great resources there that I've been putting together. I have a free course, the Momentum Masterclass. This is like 2.5 hours of training, a 3-part course, practical step-by-step outlines of how to start cultivating your own momentum and setting your own path and striking out on your own journey towards that best version of yourself that I promise you is a very, very real and very immediate possibility for all of us. So do those things. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.